Drop a like on this video within the next 5 seconds if you missed the NBA and you want it to come back. I wouldn't risk it. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Badge Plug, and today, man, during the lockout or whatever you want to call it, NBA suspension, Bronny James and LeBron James are going to be going to the park and dominating father and son at the park. Check out Bronny James, man. I put him in a LeBron James jersey. But today, guys, I'm on a little bit different of a Bronny build than I was in the last game. Today, I'm on a playmaking, shot creating legend build, and this build is very overpowered. I mean, you got a pretty decent driving dunk, but that's not what the build can do at its finest. It is a 3-point demigod. It does not miss, 93 ball handling, and honestly pretty good defense while you're at it too, especially from being a legend. You get 15 defensive badges, so that's plenty. You get 11 finishing, 32 Hall of Fame shooting, 33 Hall of Fame playmaking. Now this build, as you can see, without being legend, is all about the shooting, but once you get legend, you can also drive down and go crazy with it too. But that's not what this video is about, man. It's just balling out with LeBron James and his son at the park. So that's what we're gonna go do. Make sure you comment down below what's the next NBA player you want to see. High school player, celebrity, does not matter. Make sure to drop a like. And let's get straight into this gameplay, y'all. Alright, y'all, into the gameplay. I figured it would be an amazing time to make a video like this because the NBA is on lockdown or suspension or whatever you want to call it. None of us get to see or watch the NBA right now, and it's so sad, man. Drop a like if you miss watching NBA games, or at least the highlights, man. But anyway, I figured it would be the best time possible, literally, to bring out LeBron James and his son, Bronny James, who is top 25 in the country. You see me hopping right there, getting the lay, and we're both going to be working on our skills, okay? Bronny, obviously, is not in the NBA yet. He still has a long road to go. Really not that long a road if you think about it, only a few years from now, but still lots of grinding, lots of blood, sweat, and tears that have to go into it for him to make it into the NBA. So you see I pulled up that white right there, and that's going to go in a lot. I've got catch and shoot on, Hot Zone Hunter on Hall of Fame. He's got dimers. So basically, when I shoot a three, I got a 99 three-pointer. I've tried to tell you guys that, like with the Steph Curry build, you don't have to make a 99 three-point build because of Hot Zone Hunter, hot spot, stuff like that. It's going to give you that 99 once you get hot spots and, you know, you make a few baskets and stuff like that. So you see I run into him, step back, pull up, and that's a big green. But what better of a time to pull out LeBron and Bronny? Now, you see, Bronny is not in the NBA, like I said, but LeBron has to stay in shape because while you're watching this video, I think we're like 5-6 days into the lockdown. It can easily come back in about 25 days. We have no clue if it's going to come back or not, but they said it's going to be at least for 30 days. So maybe in about 25 days from now, we'll actually have some NBA games again. So you see I'm driving down, getting the lay right there. So LeBron has to stay in shape. He can't let himself go because the season can easily come back at any time. And Bronny has to grind on his skills and get better because he's trying to make the NBA. Now, if you guys didn't know, Bronny, top 25 in the nation, solid player, very good. Lots of people say that he's already a, you know, very good, excellent talent. And most people compliment his ball handling, his shooting, and his defense. Now, he does have some athleticism. He's not, I mean, he's LeBron James' son, okay? He's going to have athleticism, but he's only 6'2", 6'3" right now, and he's most likely, he's a freshman or whatever, he's most likely going to grow. He's a freshman or a sophomore, I forgot, but he's most likely going to grow a few more inches, and that is exactly what happened to LeBron. When he came into high school, he was like 6'3" or 6'4", and now LeBron's 6'8" or 6'7", I forgot. It's hard to tell because players lie, you know, players, some people get measured with shoes on, stuff like that, but it doesn't matter. He's around that height. So LeBron came in as a point guard, and that's probably most of the reason, not most of the reason, but that's probably a big reason why he's so good at playing point guard. And, you know, he's a point forward. He's what my dad used to say, a natural born point guard. He had to play point guard, so he knew how to play it. And then when he grew taller, he obviously switched positions. But we all know LeBron today still runs point guard a lot, and he basically runs a lot of positions. I mean, he's a freak, right? He's a freak of nature. His genetics are insane, and he's great. Even if you don't think LeBron is the best player of all time, you still have to appreciate his greatness and at least put him in your top 3, top 5. I mean, come on. There's no way he's not in your top 5 at least. But anyway, they drive down. It's 19-4. We lost the ball. I'm in takeover, and I haven't missed a shot yet. So you know how I was feeling. I was like, man, I could have ended the game, but it's all good. We got to play defense. We got to clamp up, and we got to get the ball back because Bronny, he does get compliments on his defense. Check it out. Pulling up, bang, green, easy. Now, that was a weird catch and shoot animation. I mean, weird. Go back and watch that. This player is left-handed, and that kind of threw me off. You guys know that I make right-handed players every single year, but it's just something I get used to in a few games, and then it's fine after that. But LeBron, he doesn't get his athleticism talked about a lot. It's mostly his defense, playmaking, and shooting. So this build is honestly like a perfect Bronny build because it has so much shooting, so much playmaking, and then has a pretty solid amount of defense and a pretty decent amount of finishing also. So they don't talk about his finishing a lot. You see me pulling up for 3 right there. That's a big green. You already know what time it is. And I figured you guys would love to watch this because we don't have any NBA games, man. It's so sad. So why not role play as some NBA players or an NBA player's son and go to the park and absolutely dominate people? So you see right here, I hit him with the misdirection, kick it to LeBron James, pulling up in that screen. Now, another thing you might have noticed is LeBron is using Kobe's jump shot. So it's like we got 3 Lakers on the court. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Bronny might be a future Laker. That would be insane. Even if Bronny makes it to the league, that would be awesome to see LeBron and Bronny play in the same game, like in the same league, if they played against each other. But if they're on the same team, that would even be cooler. But, you know, as long as he makes it to the league, that's going to be really cool. Not a lot of fathers have played with their sons in the league. That's definitely not happened a lot. So you see right here, 8-0, I'm cooking up, snatching back. He's playing actually pretty good defense right here. I get the blow by. He jumps, kick it to LeBron, and that's another green. He's pulling up with no effort, no, hesitation or anything. And that build doesn't have a lot of shooting, It has like a 65 three-pointer or something like that. You see he's driving down, getting a nice dunk right there. A lot of people, they look at a build and they're like, oh, it can't shoot. It can't shoot. It has this. It has that. It can't shoot. A lot of people look at finishing builds, right? I've showed you guys in the past few days builds that don't have high contact dunks, like 85, 86 to get the contact dunks. You can still get them. I've showed you guys it, as long as you have the slashing takeover or shot creating takeover, you can get those pretty efficiently, like not super efficiently, but as long as you have it, it will give you the contact dunks. As long as it puts you over 85, 86, you'll get it. So there's a lot of things that people write off about builds, but they just don't have the knowledge on them. So you see he's pulling up once again. I have no clue why the center just left him open when he's green, 2 or 3 shots in a row. So he has slashing takeover, which perfectly complements LeBron. Goes down, gets a LeBron dunk, and he gets blocked though. So it's okay. 2-20. They still got lots to go to win the game. And we're still 1 basket away no matter what. 3-pointer layup to win the game. So we're going to play a little bit risky kind of. We're going to try and let them shoot. We're going to try and get a contest on a layup. Try and bait them into something. Right there he goes up, gets a layup over LeBron. This dude's like 7 foot tall. Like I said, you guys see, obviously, we're not running a center. So it's going to be a little bit less, less easy to win the game than it normally is. But you see right there, I tried to bait him in shooting, almost got him. He drives down, terrible layup. LeBron gets the board. I'm pulling up. That's green. Game over. Bronny James for 3. 2 for 2 right there in that game from 3. Definitely a pure type of shooting build. Very close. But when you hit legend, it changes the build a lot because you get the defensive badges, you get the finishing badges, stuff like that right there. LeBron gets a hard layup. That was not an easy layup, but it goes in. He probably wouldn't have made that without all the finishing badges that he has. So you see he's cooking up right there, doing his thing. This dude was really good at ISOing. So you see pulling up, bang. He drew the defender. Obviously the defender had to pick up because he had a wide open lay or a dunk. And I get a wide open 3. So you see right there, I got the steal, pulled up from 3, and I made another white. This game is crazy. This game is crazy. 43% layup right there, looking like LeBron James. But you make so many whites on builds that have a high 3-pointer when you got hot zone hunter and hot spots like that, because you basically have a 100 3-pointer. I don't know if the stats go over that. I'm not sure. I'd love to speak to Mike Wang or Zach Timmerman, because that's actually a really important thing. They haven't talked about that the entire year. Say you have, this build has a 93 pointer, and I'm in my hot spot, right? That's 95. And then I have on hot zone hunter, which makes it 99. But I've also made a few shots. Does that put me over 100 in the 3-pointer? We don't know. because 2K hasn't answered that the entire year, but that would be something really important because then you can make builds with like an 83 3-pointer, and by the time you get to 99.9, it has like an 88. With all the badges and hotspots, you would basically have a 99, or after a few buckets, you'd have a 99. So there'd be no reason to make a build that has a 90 or 95, or you know, you would want to make that build if you want a really high 3-pointer right away, but there's no reason to do that. And you can make different types of builds. You can make more, you know, more variations of builds you didn't think you were going to be able to make, and they could do a lot more than you thought they could. But anyway, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's your boy Badge Plug, been plugged in, and I'm out. Peace.